Welcome. In this lecture, we will talk about the Kurukshetra April edition, which focuses on rural development, specifically women development. So, the first thing is, of the total rural population, 48% is females, and Mahila Kisan Sashактикаран Pariyojana aims to empower women. There are nearly 34.89 Mahila Kisans who are covered under 87 different projects in 26 states, and they focus on three aspects. Those are sustainable development, non-timber forest produce, means any forest produce which is not timber and obtained from forest. This could be lac, honey, so all those would be considered as non-timber forest produce. Then you have the value chain development. So the basic objective is to have more productive participation of females, improve their agricultural livelihood opportunities, empower their skills for the farm and the non-farm activities, ensure nutritional security, get better access to inputs and services, and enhance the managerial capabilities for management of biodiversity. Now, what are the schemes that government has released besides the Mahila Kisan Sashактикаран Pariyojana? There are numerous other schemes. For example, employment generation, Grameen Kaushal, which is skill building, National Livelihood Mission. Then we have Kaushal Vikas, that's again for skill building, rural economic transformation, which aims at developing the rural area, Pradhan Mantri Matru Bandhan Yojana, which is for pregnant and lactating females, and then there are various opportunities which are for education, productive resources, capacity building, and so on. There is new department which has been established, and that's National Research Center for Women in Agriculture. Here, how women can actually be involved in agriculture and how fruitful results can be brought has been discussed. The next is the National Rural Health Mission. Now it focuses on 6 specific criteria, specifically for pregnant lactating females and children under 6 years. Those are immunization, health checkup, referral services, what are the supplementary nutritional requirements, preschool non-uniform program, which is non-formal program which is mainly pertaining to education, and the nutritional and the health education of an individual. Then we see that 66% of the trained candidates under the rural self-employment training institutes are women. So definitely there is a good way for development. Poshan Abhiyan, which is again a scheme for nutritional development and nutritional building. Then we have a scheme for adolescent girls where folic acid and iron supplements are mainly given. Matru Bandhan Yojana that we already talked about. All these aim to assess to have better facility for maternity, rural females, and address the issues of malnutrition. If we talk about women farmers, there is one of the case studies which is Balini Milk Producer Group. It is in 5 districts of Bundelkhand with 605 villages producing more than 123,000 liters of milk, and there are 34,000 members which are associated to it, and this is a all women federation. The basic focus is on good fodder, cattle feed, good mineral availability, possibilities for artificial insemination, milk production, infertility camp, CMT for mastitis, ethno-veterinary practices. So all those things are taken into account. Now there are 2 types of groups: the producer group and the producer enterprise. Producer groups are informal organizations which are mainly small and marginal producers, and they work at the village level at aggregation and supply it to the next level. Entrepreneurs are formal organizations. The enterprises are formal organizations. So producer groups are non-formal, informal, and enterprises are formal. So they bring in aggregation, value addition, processing, and better opportunities. Similarly, the idea of nutrition gardens have been developed where we are trying to bring in good opportunities for nutritional development for rural resource and poor community as well. Then there is various support organizations and MOUs which have been signed. For example, Central Silk Board supports Bihar, Jharkhand, Maharashtra. Odisha and West Bengal implement Tussar Silk interventions. Digital Green by National Rural Livelihood Mission. Then we have Pradhan scheme which is for capacity building, Tussar development which focuses on Tussar based livelihoods, Tussar silk mainly. Then we also have a MOU with Department of Agricultural Research and Rapid Rural Community Response with more than 81 NGOs which are partner to it. The Indian Institute for Millet Research, Hyderabad, focuses on value chain development. We have Central Food Food Technology Research Institute, focusing on branding and packaging services. Women in Jal Jeevan Mission. So Jal Jeevan Mission is an important mission where we aim to have piped water supply for all by 2024, rural and urban. Now in villages we already have Pani Samiti. 50% of women are mandatory members at Pani Samiti, and India has nearly 4.71 lakh Pani Samitis. There are 117 aspirational districts where the connection coverage has increased from 42 lakhs to 1 crore 42 lakh, which is a significant increase. The areas which were susceptible to Japanese encephalitis or acute encephalitis syndrome across 5 states, where only 8 lakhs homes were getting tapped water, have now increased to 1 crore 25 lakhs, which is again a significant number. So there have been significant development. Now what is the benefit of having Jal Jeevan Mission? You would get clean supply of water at home, hygienic living conditions. Women would not have to walk for hours and kilometers. So it focuses on the concept of Gram Swaraj being laid down by Mahatma Gandhi. Bring in sustainability of water resources, because usually water resources are available only with the peak 10 to 40 days of monsoon, and the remaining days are difficult. Again, we have huge variability in rainfall patterns, so all those things would be addressed. It would also generate new employment in the rural area and also help in segregation of solid and liquid waste. Now, women entrepreneurs are again an important segment that we need to focus on. The Women Entrepreneur Platform focuses on 3 things, which is the Ichha Shakti, Gyan Shakti and Karma Shakti. Every $1 a man gets, women gets only 54 cents, and that's one of the reports of the World Economic Forum. There are nearly 2.4 billion females who are in the working age group but are not getting comparable equal opportunities as males. Only 2/3 of the females female earn only 2/3 of the male's lifetime income. Then we have revealed that out of the 58 million businesses, only 8 million are owned by women, which is just 13% in terms of entrepreneurship. The female entrepreneurship rank for 77 countries, India is at 70th position. So India still has a gap which it can be fulfilled. There are various self-help groups, women-led enterprise and startups that can help to support women. There are various programs which have been released. For example, Stand Up India is one of the schemes to promote women, SC, ST and minorities. Bank loans of 10 lakhs to 1 crore would be given. Mahila E-Heart have been organized, which are online marketing platforms. Mudra scheme, where small and micro enterprises can get support of nearly rupees 10 lakh. In Jammu Kashmir, Tejaswini and Hostla schemes are released. In West Bengal, V-Hub has been released, and this is the India's first state-led incubator to help women entrepreneurs. IIM Bangalore, along with Innovation Hub, has started Women Startup Program. So those are some of the programs that have been addressed. Now coming on to the health issues, there are immediate causes, which could be the dietary intake and the health status or the disease condition. The underlying causes could be access to good food, family, better maternity services and sanitation services. The basic cause that we need to focus here is on appropriate knowledge building and gender discrimination to be removed. If we focus on some of the highlights, 2023 is International Year for Millets. 2022 was the National Digital Health Ecosystem release. We are focusing on 2 important sustainable development goals, goals 6 and 13, which talks about clean water and sanitation and climate change. So improving the quality of food supply, providing better awareness to improve the diets, removing any kind of micronutritional deficiency, improving the access to basic health services are some of the important aspects. Then 3 important missions that we need to focus on: Mission Poshan, Shakti and Vatsalya. Mission Poshan talks about nutrition support. Mission Shakti talks about a unified life support system where there are 2 elements, Sambhal and Samarthya. Sambhal talks about safety, For females, Samarth talks about empowering them. Swadhyar Grey, Working Women Hostel, and Ujjwala are some schemes. Then is Mission Vatsalya, which talks about healthy childhood for children and optimize the child development. Manrega focuses on providing 1/3 jobs to females. Now coming on to technology in rural area, ENAM, which is Electronic National Agricultural Marketplace, which would have an online platform for APMC, which is the agricultural marketing sector. Then you have National Aquifer Mapping and Management Program, where 3D mapping of the aquifers would be done. The BHIM app, which is the Bharat Interface for Money, it's a UPI based app where UPI transactions through QR code could be done. For education, 2 schemes: Diksha, which is mainly for teachers, the teachers portal, and Swayam, which is the web for active learning of young aspiring minds. Then we have the optic fiber network, which is through the BharatNet in rural areas. The Tara, which is technological advancement for rural areas, again an important scheme. Community service centers have been established. The ABHA, which is Ayushman Bharat Health Account, eShram portal, and Digital India Land Records Modernization Program are some of the programs that we need to focus on. Coming on to sustainable livelihood, we have seen that women, if are given hold, they can have increase in yield by 20 to 30%. Various areas we have seen organic use. So for example, banana fiber is used as a raw material for biodegradable masks, PPE kits, or sanitary pads. Similarly, we have National Food Security Mission, Horticulture Mission, Oilseed Mission, Sustainable Agriculture are some of the programs that have been released for sustainable development. 4E model for self-reliance, which is empower, execute, engage, and exit, has been released. Under financial empowerment for women, we talk about the Global Gender Gap Index. There are 4 dimensions for it: economic participation, educational attainment, health, and political empowerment. And as per the computations, the highest dimension is 1. India has scored 0.3 in economic participation, 0.9 in educational, 0.9 in health, and 0.4 in political. That means we need to strongly work on economic and political segments. So the pillars of Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana is banking the people who are not having bank accounts, securing those who are not secured, and funding those who cannot be funded or who are not presently funded. Then, in India, nearly 55% of the Jan Dhan account holders are female. 67 Jan Dhan account holders are rural and semi-urban areas. For females, there have been numerous schemes which have been released. For example, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao for girl child, Mahila Shakti Kendra for empowering the rural females, Working Women Hostels for safety and security of women who are working, scheme for adolescent girls in the age group of 11 to 18 years to have better nutrition and micronutrients, Mahila police volunteers which are engaged between the police and the community, Rashtriya Mahila Kosh, which is the microfinancing organization for microcredit, National Crèche scheme which talks about gainful employment for women, Matru Bandhan Yojana for maternity benefits, Awas Yojana for housing, Kaushal Vikas for skill development, Deen Dayal Upadhyay National Urban Livelihood Mission for skill development and market-based employment, Ujjwala Yojana for free LPG connections, Sukanya Samriddhi for opening bank account of girls, then skill upgradation and Mahila choir programs. We also have the employment generation program through the credit link subsidy, female entrepreneurs which are basically the Stand Up India Mahila E-Heart. Then there is again Mudra Yojana for institutional finance, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyalaya have been established, and quality education to be provided to girls between 10 to 18 years in class 6 to 12 belonging to SC, ST, OBC minority and below poverty line. So those were some of the key things that have been covered in this Kurukshetra edition. We will be covering Kurukshetra Yojana and Down to Earth regularly. Stay subscribed for further updates, and a lot of questions have been added for your prelims 2022. So don't miss the question bank and practice the questions at doorsteptutor.com. Thank you.